Gotcha. Okay. So friends, welcome to our first GPSA presentation, our first lunch and learn of the year. We are going to talk about Grad School 101. I'm John Mayo, and I'm joined by Allie McVicker, the Assistant Director of Grad Student Services. We're going to do some introductions momentarily. Next slide. Well, my computer is a little not responsive. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do some introductions first. We're going to introduce ourselves a little bit more. I'm going to ask you guys to introduce yourselves as well, so we kind of know who's here. We're going to talk about grad student services. We're going to talk a little about GPSA. We're going to talk about the university. Kind of want to see how many of you are new to the university or returning. We're going to talk about some academic resources, some grad student resources. We're going to talk about some health and wellness, and then we're going to open up for questions. As I was saying earlier, we kind of thought about doing a presentation for about 25 to 30 minutes and then really opening up to questions. So that way, there's stuff that, we can't cover everything in this quick presentation. So we want to kind of leave some time at the end to learn about what you want to know and try to help you out that way too. So let's get started. So Allie.
All right, thanks. Hi, everyone. My name is Allie McVicker. I'm one of the Assistant Directors in Graduate Student Services. If you attended orientation, you listened to my boring voice for a while there, and I'm happy to be here again with you today. I'm excited to work with this e-board as their advisor, their staff advisor. So you'll be seeing me in these meetings quite a bit, helping to support the team. So thank you all for being here.
Thanks, Allie. And I'm John Mayo. I am the graduate assistant in grad student services, so I work with Allie very closely. I'm also president of GPSA, and I'm also a student in the mental health counseling program. I also am a 2006 alumnus of Bridgewater State College. I got my undergrad way back when and decided to come on back last year to do a career switch and become a counselor. So I'm excited to be part of the organization this year and to be part of grad student services. So with that, our next is you all. And
Can we start with the rest of the GPSA e-board? Let's pass it over to Kristen. Oops.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kristen. I am Vice President of the GPSA e-board. I'm also a mental health counseling student. It's nice to see you all here.
Thank you, Kristen. And next we have Danielle.
Hi, everyone. My name is Danielle Stinchko. My pronouns are she, her. I am the Student Engagement Coordinator here for GPSA. I also work at Bridgewater State University. I'm the Resident Director in Wagon Hall. Wagon Hall is the residence hall near the parking garage and like the MBTA. I am in my master's here for higher education administration. And a fun fact about me is that I enjoy rock climbing, which is actually, I guess we can say Kristen and John's fun fact too. And then I will pass it off to Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily Farrer. I am in the process of enrolling in the dual program for the counseling and school counseling. I'm not sure which one I want to do yet. It's just beginning. And I'm just hoping to get some more information from the session because I'm a little bit overwhelmed.
We get it. Hopefully this will help. And it doesn't stop here. So if you have any questions after the fact, please just reach out to us.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Julio, are you able to come and say hello? I'm not sure where people are watching from. So Julio, are you there? Julio?
Hello.
Hi. Do you want to just tell us a couple things you can see on the screen here? Name, program?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
why you're here. Yeah, thank you.
Do you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. My name is Julio. I'm from Cape Verde Islands. For those who don't know, Cape Verde is a small country in West Africa. Cape Verde has a good relationship between the United States and the Bridgewater State University has a strong commitment with the public university in Cape Verde. I did my studies in Lisbon, Portugal, and other countries in Europe. So, as you know, my first language is not English, but I'm very committed to improve my knowledge in English. I know I'm been making effort to keep up, and I hope to be more comfortable in the few months. I would like to count to everyone. My entire life, my whole life, was being in a public administration. I serve as a mayor. I serve as a minister, as a member of parliament. So I'm now in Bridgewater State to put my own experience together, new concepts, a new theory of public administration. I'm in an MPA program. This is my. So can I say now? Thank you.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Julio. It's really nice to meet you. And of course, I'm going to plug Portugal because we just took a group of graduate students there this summer for the first time to Lisbon.
Okay.
We had a fantastic time. So I hope your experience was great there too.
Good.
Great. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Ishmael, are you there? Are you able to give us a hello?
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I have trouble with my speaker, my phone speaker. My phone is not working well. So if I break, please just ask me to repeat. So my
Okay.
name is Ismail Michael. I'm from Kenya. I'm a grad student doing masters in public administration. Udo is my colleague. So I have some experience, but then I'm here to learn more of other working
Oh, I think you dropped off. Can anyone else hear him? I cannot hear him anymore. Yeah, okay. Sorry, Ishmael, we can't hear you anymore. Sorry. Ishmael is also a former Nelson Mandela Fellow. John, I don't know if you've met him previously, I don't know if it was this summer or previous years, but
Might have been a previous year.
yeah.
I had the opportunity to work with the Mandela Washington program this summer, which was a great experience. I was one of their GA staff members for the summer, so
Mhm.
loved it.
Awesome. All
Cool.
right, I think that's everybody. Thank you all. Appreciate that. So if you want, John, I'll just jump into GSS. So graduate student services and GPSA work very closely together with lots of different resources and events, programs, communications that we do. We really do it hand in hand. And so we thought it might be nice to break down what our office does here in graduate student services on the staff side, faculty support side, and then John will go over what GPSA does, kind of to give you as a whole umbrella view of what we do and how we can support you. So those of you who haven't been to our office yet, we're located in Maxwell Library 021. We're actually right next to where the new entrance is going in. So our more convenient path into the building is currently blocked off, but we are on the first floor before you go towards Starbucks in Maxwell. So our office does everything you can imagine after students are admitted. We also have an admissions team down the hall from us that obviously work with prospective students as well as our marketing team. But here in GSS, we work with the students once you're admitted. We help you in terms of funding opportunities, right? The GA ships that many of you are GAs here. that really is housed under our office. We reinforce the academic policies that go with being a master's student at BSU. We also help you with course substitutions, withdrawals, adds and drops if you want to add into a class late or drop a class, things like that. We, of course, work closely with the dean for appeals and things. We know things happen with classes. And if you're ever struggling, just come to us. Of course, loop in your professor, but we're here to get you to the finish line, which is graduation. And that does include transferring credits from other universities. We have many transfer students or students that are transferring from different programs and popping around to see what works for them. So like I said, end goal is graduation. That's another huge project that we do. My other assistant director, Lauren Lamoth, you'll be getting emails from her as you start to go forward in your program and as graduation approaches. So she'll be reaching out about exit requirements and graduation and things like that. It's a very exciting time. We only do a graduation for graduate students. We help with the undergrad one, but the grad one is all us. So we do everything and anything. If you ever have questions or are stuck on something, or maybe you need assistance with different offices on campus that we'll talk about in a moment, just come to us first. We're happy to help. And that's what we're here for. So I'm sure I could answer and go on for a while, but I'll just pass it over to John to talk about GPSA and kind of how that links into what we do.
Great. So GPSA is the Graduate Professional Student Association. So we are kind of there to provide support for all the grad students on campus and the continuing ed students. And we do that through a lot of opportunities for socialization through like programs and events. We hosted our ice cream social at the beginning of the semester in the library. We have a trip coming up on the 30th, which sold out today, which is exciting. We are offering discounted tickets to Shawchuck Farm and Corn Maze. We are going to be doing free headshots in October, so be on the lookout for that if you need a new headshot. And we do a whole many other things as well. We also meet bi-weekly to talk about the events, but also talk about what's going on. So if there's a concern that a grad student has, they can bring it to GPSA. We have a connection to the dean's office through Allie. I, as president, I'm also the GA and I sit in the suite. So I like to say that I have a lot of access to the grad school because I see everybody all the time. And we're also looking at providing networking events too. Like we want to make BSU a welcoming place for all grad students. And we're looking at opportunities to involve families too, because we realize that grad school is not just an individual progress, right? It's not just us as grad students, it's our families too, our kids, our partners, our parents. Like it takes a community to get you from start to finish in grad school. You may be, 2 weeks in and completely lost. We've all been there. I'm not I have other masters and I still sometimes am like, what am I doing? So we all totally got it. And so as GPSA, we want to be that kind of resource for folks to be able to come and say, hey, I need help with this, or how about this? How can we get more involved? And we want to try to do this we recognize that our grad students are across the spectrum in terms of age and location and program. You might be on campus once a week, you might be on campus only on Saturdays. We want to be able to try to do a little bit for everybody. So, our emails get sent out by Cassie in the office. So you'll see our listing of meetings. Jump on. They're on Zoom. We do them bi-weekly and everybody's welcome to join. So let's get into the meat of our presentation. I want to talk a little bit first about some BSU resources that you can keep on your phone. These are really cool resources that I think every student should know, especially the BSU mobile app. I think this is a good first point of contact for a lot of information. If you look at that QR code, you can scan that QR code that will bring you to the BSU website, where it will give you the links to both the iPhone App Store and the Google Play Store. So you can download all three of these apps. at your convenience. You'll log in with your BSU credentials. The BSU mobile app is great because it gives you access to email if you don't have Outlook already set up on your phone. It gives you your course info, like your roster, so you can see who else is in your class. It gives you a location. It gives you campus maps. And what's really cool is it's integrated with Apple Maps and Google Maps. So that way you can say what building you want to walk to, and it will give you walking instructions across campus. Because our campus is huge, it's like 260 plus acres. So if you are in Moakley, where Kristen's office is, and you need to go over to Harrington Hall, which is the exact opposite side of campus, but you don't know where you're going, you don't want to ask somebody, you can just go right there and say, hey, I want to go there. It also has connections to Blackboard and dining hall info. So if you didn't know, grad students, you can eat on campus, any of the dining halls, the traditional dining halls or the a la carte dining halls like the Bear's Den. You're also eligible for a meal plan. Pricing and all that is right on the dining website. You can add that to your account. So if you're on campus a couple times a week and you don't want to bring cash or pay on your credit card, you can have that dining plan and pay it through your student account and you have access to it. Also, if you're not familiar, we have a bus system on campus. So it gives you the bus tracker and so much more. I use it every day, so I absolutely love it. There's also the Rave Guardian app, which is BSU PD.
Uh-oh, I think you froze again, John. Maybe I could pick it up until he. Oh, here he goes. Okay.
Oh, hi, am I
Never
back?
mind. You're good.
That's okay. Sorry. What was the last thing you heard?
Rave Guardian introducing that.
Perfect. Okay, so Rave Guardian, it's works with BSU PD. They partner with Rave. It gives you security alerts. It gives you the tip line if you need to report something. Gives you access to 911. And what's really cool, it has a feature that if you enable it, it will track your location. So if you need an officer to respond to your exact location, you can actually do that right in the app, which is awesome. If you happen to be on campus, like for Kristen and I, one of our classes ends at 9:45 at night and it's dark. So like if you need something that late, you got the app right there. And then the other one is WellTrack, which is what the health center uses. It's a free resource for students. It helps with managing stress, anxiety, depression, gives you some skill building techniques. It's a really cool kind of app to help you through the day if you need it.
All right, great. So we're going to shift gears slightly into some academic resources that might be useful for you to know. One of the main one is the Academic Achievement Center, or the AAC. This center is located right here in Maxwell Library, around the corner from us, next to Starbucks. They offer many, many different services to you as grad students, including academic coaching, skills building, some study strategies. They also have the SAS, or Student Accessibility Services, office in there as well, that provide academic accommodations for students that need it. And they have a newer service, tutoring for multilingual students. So it's kind of like an English conversation group. It's an informal conversation. They work on writing and grammar skills, reading comprehension, and build your confidence in terms of discussion boards, whether it's in person or online. All of their information can be found on their website. And if you want to make an appointment, the best way to do that is on the website as well. And again, they're located right on the ground floor of this library.
We're going to talk a lot about Maxwell Library. I feel like I live my life there. Two of my classes are even there now. The library is a great resource, both online and in person. So if it's been a while since you've written a paper and you need help doing research or using an online search finder for articles, you can go and meet with one of the reference librarians. You can set up a time, make an appointment. They have drop-in hours. That is their job. They're there to help you find resources and help you learn how to do research. They're great. They have so much knowledge. I recommend using them. There's also lots of online resources. You can do journal searches, Google Scholar, book searches, you can get books from other libraries. This summer, I needed a book for a class and we didn't have it, so we had it borrowed from another library. They got it for me very quickly. There are several study rooms that you can reserve for group study, individual study. We even have a podcast studio in the library, if you didn't know that. So if you want to start your own podcast, you can produce it right there in the library. You can also borrow equipment. So if you need to borrow a loaner laptop or loaner iPad, you can do it right through the circulation desk if they have them. And I think I had this on another screen, but the IT help desk is also in the bottom floor of the library. So if you're having issues with email or InfoBear or something like that, Blackboard, you can just go over there and they're open during the day. And I think they close at 6 or 7 o'clock as night classes start. We also have graduate writing fellows. They're in several of the programs. They're there for us grad students to utilize to help us go through papers. You know, if you have questions on APA style, if that's what you're using in your program, you want some feedback on content, wording, they're there to make an appointment with. They work out of the grad school office and they also do online hours as well. And they're also located in one of our study spaces, the Lifelong Learning Lounge over in Heart 118. So definitely utilize them. They're a great resource. And then if you're on campus and you're looking for a place to hang out, study, a quiet spot, we have plenty of study spaces. You know, the entire library. It's a huge building. You know, 4 floors of seating and spaces, some private spaces, some open spaces. There's also, like I said earlier, a lot of study rooms that you can reserve. You can reserve them right on the website or right at the circulation desk. We have this brand new Lifelong Learning Lounge, which we opened last spring over in Heart 118. It's got a microwave. It's got 2 cubicles that are there for some private study space. There's a whole bunch of tables. Definitely a great spot to hang out if you're over on that side of campus, or if you just need to get away from, you know, West Campus for a bit. The Student Union Building, the RSU, which is right next to the library, has lots of space, lots of seating. The Bears Den is in there, a nice little space to grab some food and hang out. Also outdoor space. We have a lot of great outdoor space when the weather's nice. And there are picnic tables everywhere. Burnell Hall is also really nice. It's got this big open seating area in the middle that a lot of students like to use, and they got these individual little chairs, little study pods, which are great. Highly recommend them. They're super comfortable. I may have taken a nap or 2 in them.
All right, great. Thank you, John. I'm just going to put in the chat the contact person for the graduate writing fellows. So this is the new director for that program. Just going to plug them. We're updating the list now on the website of which students are the fellows. But if you're having problems and need some help, maybe for some peer-reviewed feedback on papers or projects, these students are a great resource, completely free. They can meet online, and we even have somebody in there on Saturdays for the MSW Saturday program. So Michael Duvall, this is his email address. Feel free to reach out to Michael or myself, and I can connect you with him and just ask. I need help with this, paper in my English class, and is there somebody that can sit with me for a little bit and do that? So just wanted to plug that. Some other resources that we have for you, there are 2 exciting free classes. One of them is GRPP 502 called the Maximizing the Graduate Student Experience. And then the other one is brand new this semester, GRPP 505, and it's called Mastering Graduate Writing. So these are 1-credit classes. They're completely online, asynchronous, so you can go at your own pace, and they're only for about 5 weeks. 5 or 6 weeks. They're completely free. So GRPP 502 and 505 are offered this semester. They're also going to be offered in the second quarter. So starting on October 19th, both of these classes will be offered again because they were so popular this semester. But they're offered every semester, fall, winter, spring, and summer 1. They're all offered. So completely online. So 502 talks about time management, public speaking, being mindful as a graduate student. And then 505 is all about your writing. So if you're not a strong writer, I highly recommend this course. You really work on your writing skills as a grad student. So again, these are all through Blackboard, very discussion heavy, very feedback heavy. But in my opinion, they're pretty light lifts because they are only 1 credit. So they should not be heavy. So again, they will be available October 19th for the second quarter. I will be teaching GRPP 502, and then GRPP 505 will be Dr. Castagna Lisette from MSW. So, I don't want to brag, but we're pretty great. So it's a fun class. I taught it earlier in the summer too, and it's just a nice way to connect. And I know it's online, but we do make it, community feel. So I just wanted to let you know that those 2 classes are coming up again. Just keep an eye on your email. We'll be sending out the CRN numbers by the end of the week if you're interested in taking some of these.
I can confirm Allie's pretty great. So
He's just saying that because I'm his supervisor.
no,
Thanks, John.
you're welcome. So there's a whole bunch of offices around campus that are there to support all students. When you see on the website about supporting students, the university means all students, not just undergrads, right? So whether you're on campus only a handful of hours or all the time, all these campus offices are there and more. So a couple that are really helpful that I want to just identify: commuter student services in the RSU. They will be useful in a lot of different things. So if you are moving to the area and you're looking for a new apartment, they have a resource for apartment hunting in the Bridgewater area where landlords can post apartments. And Shelly Kennison is the director there. She's really helpful. She's been at the university now, almost 20 years, I think. She was an RD when I was an undergrad, so that was a while ago. And I think she knows almost every single commuter student. At least that's what it feels like. She's very welcoming. Her office is very welcoming. It's on the bottom floor of the RSU. So definitely stop in, say hi. They do a lot of events with free food. So if you're ever around that time, they'll give out cookies and stuff. Career services and internships, also in the RSU up on the second floor, or really the first floor. They're there to help you with cover letters, resumes, finding internships, doing some interview prep. We have some programs coming up that we're kind of planning right now with career services on these topics. So if there's topics that you all are interested in seeing specifically, let us know. We try to include those in. They have a great staff over there. In fact, they just hired a new executive director, Gerald Tang, who has a wealth of experience in this area. I've known him personally for almost 20 years. He and I went to grad school together. In my first master's, I used to work in higher ed. So he's a great guy, lots of knowledge, and their office is super helpful. And then there's the GLBTQ Pride Center. Carolyn Taggart is the director there. It's right across the hall from Career Services. And we're going to be doing a social in their office, I think next month. We're trying to solidify a date right now, but we're going to do a social for a few hours so we can get students in, kind of do a little meet and greet with the staff and kind of get connected. So if you are a member of the community or an ally or just have questions, stop on in. It's a super welcoming place, super friendly environment, provides lots of great information. A couple other things: the registrar's office, if you have questions about registering, in Boyden Hall, student accounts if you need to pay your bill, which you should do, also in Boyden Hall, and then Tech Support Center. Is in the ground floor of the library. That's right opposite the Academic Achievement Center. And there's so many other great offices that I didn't have time to list on here, like student involvement, who put on programming for all students that you're able to go to. There's the Legacy Center in the RSU. There is the Minnick Center for Global Engagement. Lots of great campus resources. And then there's campus events. So we do events as GPSA. We try to target events specifically for grad students and kind of what they want, what they need. But there's also events that are put on by student involvement and other clubs and organizations. As a student, you pay fees. You're able to go to any of the events, and unless it's a private group event, like maybe a sorority event or a fraternity event. Other than that, events are open. So for example, Welcome Week, the university does lots of Welcome Week events. Myself and a friend of ours, a friend of mine, went to the Magician. So it was us and a whole bunch of undergrads. So, we felt very welcome and it was a great event. We absolutely loved it because I love magic. Um, Magic is really cool. And so we had a whole lot of fun with it. So you are welcome to go to any of the events that are offered on campus. And then I want to talk a little bit more about health and wellness. I would be remiss as a counseling student if I didn't talk about this. There is, physical wellness and mental wellness, lots of resources on campus. If you go to bsubears.com, you can see all of the offerings that athletics and recreation puts on. The fitness center over in the Adrian Tinsley Center is free for students with your ID, and it is open during the week. The Tinsley Center has a gym. The fitness center has an actual gymnasium. It has a walking track and also has the outdoor track over there, which you can access during the day as well. They also do outdoor adventure programming, which is really cool because they take people rock climbing and other types of events. There's the pool in Kelly Gym, which does actually open for swimming for students and the general public during the day. It is closed at night for team practice for the swim team and the dive team, but it is available for us to go if you wanted to go swimming during the day and do laps. So if that is how you want to work out, that's great. There's also the Great Hill walking trails up behind Shea Durgan and student apartments, which are really cool. And they also offer fitness classes. I know because when our classes are in Kelly Gym, they're in the room next door, so we can hear them working out on their exercise bikes and stuff. And then when we talk about mental and emotional wellness, and even physical wellness, health services available to all students. It is over in Wagenthal, over by where Danielle is, right in the courtyard area there. They also have the counseling center, which is free and available to all students as well. So if you need someone to talk to, you can give them a call. And then also health promotion. BSU Outreach, they do events with therapy dogs and other types of wellness events. You may go into one of the bathrooms around campus and you'll see um, the postings right by the toilets and stuff. They put up the journal every semester or every couple months with some health information and wellness information. And then I absolutely love that the university started doing this website. So bridgew.edu/help. If you're not familiar with it, it's got a lot of crisis information and other types of information. So if you find yourself in a situation where you need an emergency financial support, something happens, there is an emergency fund for students that you can apply for. There's a food bank that you have access to. Like, the community, Bridgewater has always been great, I think, at providing lots of good support for our students, and something that I value about the university. And you should share it with your friends. If you find somebody that may need something, you'll see these cards around campus, you'll see the pictures around campus. Definitely a website worth knowing. And then our second to last slide, I would like to also promote our GPSA Connects program. So if you are a grad assistant on campus, which some of us are, you have the opportunity to participate in GPSA and get paid for it as part of your GA position. So if you are a full GA, so 20 hours a week, you can do up to 3 hours per month as part of the GPSA Connects program. If you're a half GA, you can do 1.5 hours per month. Our next meeting is on Monday, September 25th at 12. And GPSA Connects, you will get permission from your supervisor to make sure you can do the program. And you can, like I said, be involved in GPSA and get your hours. So it's kind of a win-win for everybody. And with that, we are at the end. So thank you for paying attention and giving us your participation. We feel free to scan the barcode. This social link will take you to all of our socials for GPSA and GSS. So follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, which is now called X, LinkedIn, all of it. And now it's time for questions. So what didn't we cover? I know we went kind of fast. What do y'all want to know? And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Hi.
Emily and Julio, are you enjoying your courses so far?